Games Daily for Monday, October 8th, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Justin Stanley from Constantly Calibrating.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
How are you doing, Justin Stanley?
Doing good. A little overwhelmed, but other than that,
you keep saying
great.
that. What does that mean, overwhelmed?
Overwhelmed. Like, I've never been in a, let's say, official studio type setting before. It's
Sure.
mostly just like online behind my computer. We're all
Sure.
doing like a Discord call or something like that.
Gotcha. So yeah, bring up to speed. As you know, my 2018, what year is it? 2018 initiative. If I don't read it off the paper, I don't know what day it is. Initiative, bring on more smaller creators, people you
Yes.
haven't seen necessarily before. Constantly Calibrating. The name amongst names in the small creator community.
The one that, like, we think we heard of you? Yeah, that one.
Well, it's because I remember distinctly, I think it was my first RTX, right? You interviewed me, and it was your first interview of all time.
Yeah, I think it's RTX 2014.
Yeah, wow, geez, yeah, that was a lifetime ago, right?
You're still at IGN.
Yeah, you made me cry. You asked about my cancer, I remember, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and not only that, I don't know if that's the first recorded time you talked about Tim Grant.
Oh, Tim Grant? Yeah, probably. Maybe, yeah, 2014, that might be. Yeah. So, that was your first interview.
Yes.
Had you just joined Constantly Calibrating? Had it been around for a while? What is Constantly Calibrating? Start me there.
Start there. Well, Constantly Calibrating, pretty much, we are a group of content creators. We do streaming along with stuff on the YouTube channel stuff as well. Pretty much all of our stuff gets ported to YouTube. And
Sure, I know that game.
definitely. And all of our stuff's also in podcast form, so just pick your platform, look up Constantly Calibrating or ConCalPod. You'll find us pretty much.
Gotcha.
Got good SOE, oddly enough. But not only are we like trying to build our own content, we like to help other people grow as well, and we're trying to like work on this community and just a kind of a group. Anybody that we got like Chris from Casting for Two here.
Woo!
Working with him as well. A lot of great stuff.
Well, he just clapped for himself, and he's the only person in the room that clapped.
Sometimes you gotta be your own hype, man.
I hear you.
But yeah, as far as I considers me, like
So it's 2014 your first time really like going out and you're going to do this professionally and full time?
First time going out, first convention. Like
Okay.
before that, I jumped on a few months beforehand. I started trying to build our video presence up. So
Yeah.
instead of doing just audio podcasts, we started putting stuff on YouTube. And
Gotcha.
we tried looking for Twitch. And we kind of grew from there. And actually from Twitch, we moved over to Mixer. Feel how you want about that, but it's actually treating us pretty well.
Yeah.
But and then, by the way, anywhere you can find us, just look up ConCalPod. Doesn't matter if it's Twitter, Mixer, or YouTube.
Okay.
But yeah, from there, we just had into things like, okay, let's try to do a convention. So RTX rolled up. We had a pretty good relationship working with Rooster Teeth at that time.
Sure.
I mean, still do. And
Before you stabbed Bernie Burns.
it's like, God, he had an application and throw that away. But yeah, and we got into media, had a whole lot of opportunity. And
Yeah.
then like, we're kind of going over who we're going to interview to first. And then like, we're like, Greg Miller. And at that time, I knew of Greg Miller.
Sure.
But I didn't know Greg Miller.
Sure.
And it's that first impression I got from you. Like, I'm sitting in the green room. Everybody's walking in, Freddie Wong, Bernie Burns, and all that. And then like all y'all are sitting at a table talking. And I kind of had nervously come over. It's like, hey, I got you for an interview coming up. You're like, sure, sit down, man. And you just like invited me to be one at that table
Yeah.
and involved me in the conversation
Yeah.
and kind of like chilled before the interview hit. And then I was looking at my little green book, threw it on the ground, and we kind of went for it.
We just went for it, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I
found a
appreciate.
nice corner first.
I'm
but-
glad that I had that first impression on you, because today's impression was, all right, cool, sit on this couch. I got to get the news together. I'll talk to you later. And I haven't said a word to you all day.
You don't say a word to me much. I mean, it's fine.
Only when the cameras are on. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday on a variety of platforms, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, be part of the show, kindoffunny.com/KFGD with your questions, comments, concerns, bad PSN names, and everything else under the video game sun. Then watch us record the show live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. If you're watching live, you have a special job to do. Go to kindoffunny.com/you're wrong and tell us what we screw up as we screwed up, so we can set the entire record straight. For everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames and listening on podcast services around the globe. That was fucking awesome. No one's ever done that before, Justin. You nailed it. I'm liking you already. Josh, you got a big shadow already for you tomorrow, sir.
What can I say? I'm a fan.
Housekeeping for you. We haven't made a big deal, so we're starting to make a big deal now. Fan mail for this month, if you support us on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, is these notes. I've been saving all my notes from this show, signing them, all my doodles, all my Superman symbols, all the ad reads. We will send you a run of show signed by me if you go over to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames anytime during the month of October and support that fan mail tier. Then, today, we're brought to you by Brooklinen, but I'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some news. Kevin, you got a big one today, 7.
A baker's dozen!
Not only is it 7, the first one, huge. I'm going to read a whole bunch of stuff. It's called Project xCloud is Go! This is from Kareem, corporate VP over at the gaming cloud from Microsoft. You know, I want you to know what happened.
Yeah.
He had a long title, right?
Yes.
And I boiled it down to CVP, Vice President, obviously. And I remember putting the C in there, and I'm like, I'll remember what the C stands for. I'm not confident in corporate vice president right now.
I couldn't tell you if that's it.
Kindafunny.com/you're wrong. Let me know if I got Kareem's title wrong there. Anyways, Kareem put up this post on all the Microsoft things. There's a trailer out. It looks pretty awesome. It's basically what the rumor of Scarlet was. Let's hear all about it. It's a long read. I'm going to give it to you all because it's very important. The future of gaming is a world where you are empowered to play the games you want with the people you want, whenever you want, wherever you are, and on any device of your choosing. Our vision for the evolution of gaming is similar to music and movies. Entertainment should be available on demand and accessible from any screen. Today, I'm excited to share with you one of our key projects that will take us on an accelerated journey to that future world, Project xCloud. Today, the games you play are very much dictated by the device you are using. Project xCloud's state-of-the-art global game streaming technology will offer you the freedom to play on the device you want without being locked to a particular device, empowering you, the gamers, to be at the center of your gaming experience. Scaling and building out Project xCloud is a multi-year journey for us. We'll begin public trials in 2019 so we can learn and scale with different volumes and locations. Our focus is on delivering an amazing added experience to existing Xbox players and on empowering developers to scale to hundreds of millions of new players across devices. Our goal with Project xCloud is to deliver a quality experience for all gamers on all devices that's consistent with the speed and high fidelity gamers experience, that's consistent with the speed and high fidelity gamers experience and expect on their, that's a typo, and that's not on me, their PCs and consoles. I was like, I'm killing this read right now, and then. Kareem had something in there to get me. We've enabled compatibility with existing and future Xbox games by building out custom hardware from our data centers that leverages our years of console and platform experience. We've architected a new customizable blade that can host the component parts of multiple Xbox One consoles, as well as the associated infrastructure supporting it. We will scale those custom blades and data centers across Azure regions over time. We are testing Project xCloud today. The test runs on devices, mobile phones, tablets, paired with an Xbox wireless controller through Bluetooth, and it is also playable using touch input. The immersive nature of console and PC games often requires controls that are mapped to multiple keys, buttons, sticks, and triggers. We are developing a new game-specific touch input overlay that provides maximum response in a minimal footprint for players who choose to play without a controller. Cloud game streaming is a multifaceted, complex challenge. Unlike other forms of digital entertainment, games are interactive experiences that dynamically change based on player input. Delivering a high-quality experience across a variety of devices must account for different obstacles, such as low-latency video streamed remotely, and support a large multi-user network. In addition to solving latency, other important considerations are supporting the graphical fidelity and frame rates that preserve the artist's original intentions, and the type of input a player has available. Microsoft, with our nearly 40 years of gaming experience, starting with PC, as well as our depth of capabilities from software to hardware and deep experience of being a platform company, is well equipped to address the complex challenges of cloud game streaming. With data centers in 54 Azure regions and services available in 140 countries, Azure has the scale to deliver a great gaming experience for players worldwide, regardless of their location. Developers and researchers at Microsoft Research are creating ways to combat latency through advances in network topology and video encoding and decoding. Project xCloud will have the capability to make game streaming possible on 4G networks and will dynamically scale to push against the outer limits of what's possible on 5G networks as they roll out globally. Currently, the test experience is running at 10 megabits per second. Our goal is to deliver high-quality experiences at the lowest possible bit rate that work across the widest possible networks, taking into consideration the uniqueness of every device and network. Long letter there. But I thought incredibly important to put out there, Justin.
Yeah, quite a walk right down that one.
What's your, at first blush, what do you think of Project xCloud?
I mean, I think it's great, but you can do all the testing you want in control environments on people their connection speed, but the internet structure around the United States just is not up to par for something like this.
Yeah.
Like I used to live in an area that had like 1 megabit upload, 10 megabit download. Or actually,
That's a nightmare. That's horrible.
I streamed off that. That was fun. So
What, did you just look like a mosaic the whole time?
it did, but people watched. It was great. I actually had a better. I had like a better crowd then than I do now, Todd. But like right now, like I'm actually under a data cap. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's cool. I could be running this, but then like I'm gonna get that nice notice saying, "Hey, you're getting up there. We're about to charge you some more money."
Yeah.
I throw like a little block on there. So it's just. I fear
It's
for
the
the
wo-
consumer, it's not there yet.
I hear you, but I understand that argument, and I don't fight it. I know how bad the internet is around the United States, not to mention other countries and all these different things. I think it's interesting, they're doing these Azure markets, right? 54, so they're starting small, going from there. I think the promise that they mention here of 5G, and they bring up in the video that features Phil Spencer, and a whole bunch of other people. I always want to say Phil Harrison because I'm a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
They talk about that, and they understand that why you'd be skeptical of this and what's going on. This is what I always go back to. You know what I mean? I get credit on the internet of being a PlayStation fanboy, a Sony pony. I think I'm an Xbox fanboy in terms of I cheer for them and want them to succeed, and I want them to knock this out of the fucking park.
Yeah,
this sounds so cool.
They're like the people's champ as far as the gamers go. 'Cause,
Totally.
like, they're making all the right moves as far as for the consumer goes. But first, their backwards compatibility, they said it was impossible. Then they were like, oh no, we figured it out.
Yeah.
And then their service, they said, instead of just streaming games, we can let you download the games.
Yep.
Perfect step right there. And then like the backwards compatibility, the Xbox Game Pass, we're putting their first party titles day and date on there.
Yeah, Forza, right there.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And so that's the thing with this is like, I agree that I don't think it's there yet, but I want somebody to be pushing the limits of this so that when it is there or when they feel like they can break through and it can go, and when 5G becomes a thing, which I'm so ready for. I always go back to a few years ago, I was in a cab with a friend who worked at Apple. Yeah. And we were bitching and moaning about Comcast and how they were fucking up kind of funny, as they often do. And they were like, yeah, that's all fine, but like, keep in mind that it's, sans going through the hourglass. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, eventually Wi-Fi is going to be as good as that. We're going to figure that out. We're going to turn that corner where you don't need to worry about that. And it is just you're beaming it off a satellite. And like, I know 5G won't be that, but 5G will be closer to that.
And with that market, I guess like we can't wait till it's there. I understand like Microsoft, PlayStation, if they get a little hit harder on that, like they do have to prepare for that moment.
Sure. And I mean, like, even you bring up PlayStation, we talk a lot about like, man, PlayStation Now just isn't a thing. Why isn't it a thing? Da-da-da. And like they've added the ability to download games and all these different things. You wonder how many of those a PlayStation Now, and this is very very publicly, right? Maybe it's a tale of two things, same coin, different sides. Where being very public about xCloud, right? Whereas maybe a PlayStation Now is, hey, we're learning all these lessons in the PlayStation 4 era, so in PlayStation 5 era or whatever comes next with internet, we're able to jump out there and tackle it a certain way.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
But yeah, this is such a cool thing, and you watch the video of it, right? And it is people with their phones attached to their Xbox controller, right? Just sitting there and playing Forza Horizon or whatever. And it's like, yes, like that. You want to talk to me about, man, Greg, you love trophies and you love all this stuff. Like, what is something that could get you to really jump ship? Like the ability of, that I could like right now I'm so obsessed with Assassin's Creed. The idea that like 5G internet is running off my phone, my tablet, or whatever, and I'm sitting there and I can just play that in between and not have to download an account, do this, have a TV, blah blah blah. Jen's mom's gonna come visit soon. It's this thing of, okay, cool. Like, how am I gonna play Assassins while they watch a movie and not me? Not like it's stuff like that. And even that's one of the use case scenarios in the trailer that everybody should go watch. I think, even though it's just summarizing what I said, where one of the architects of the system they're talking about is talking about, like when my son comes in the room, he wants to use the Xbox. I can just jump over to this, and we've seen it with Fortnite. We've seen it with other cross media devices. This is the future I want, and I think really cool, and puts Xbox and / Microsoft into such an interesting spot for next generation.
It's like they're the ones I think could do it. Because I mean, we know Nintendo's trying it out right now in Japan. Like you could do that with Assassin's Creed right now.
Exactly. Google, right? They're about to try it with Assassin's Creed.
Too. Oh, that's right. They're not doing that. It's Resident Evil in Japan, right?
I think so. I think that sounds right.
So yeah, Google,
Kindoffunny.com/run.
which I think you can sign up right now. Yes. is trying out with Assassin's Creed. I think you can actually sign up for that, right?
Yeah,
now,
you
too.
can sign up for it. Yeah, that's Jared's big thing. So confident he's going to get it. I'm like, Jared, you don't know if you're going to get it. Let's kick it over to the kids who wrote in to kindoffunny.com/KFGD.
Yeah.
Chillionaire 711 wrote in saying, hey, KFGD crew. Project xCloud is coming, and 2 points that were discussed on prior episodes when Scarlett and Google's gaming initiatives were being discussed that I'd love for you to revisit. Number 1. Discussion point number 1. Quote, PS Now is lackluster. Can Microsoft's service be materially better? End quote. I pulled a somewhat outdated Forbes article from 2017 titled The Top 5 Cloud Computing Vendors. To put Microsoft's Azure cloud platform in context compared to Gaikai, Azure's revenues are estimated to be around $16 to $20 billion. Gaikai was purchased for $380 million. The scale of these two services isn't comparable. Azure is a premier cloud computing platform that would be difficult for a company to spin up or match in the short term. 2. Discussion point number 2. Google is perfectly positioned to take over in the gaming market based on their infrastructure compared to the possible competition, end quote. While Google is in a great position, Microsoft is still in a better position. Per the same Forbes article, Microsoft's Azure platform, number 1 on the list, is ahead of number 7 Google, and Microsoft already has the gaming foundation built. With my understanding that Microsoft isn't going to ditch the under-the-TV box while moving forward in this space, Microsoft seems incredibly well-positioned and the only company that can boast both a top-of-the-line cloud platform and a strong gaming foundation, both first-party studios and third-party relationships. Next generation is going to be interesting. 100% Chillionaire.
Yep.
Thank you for bringing in this Forbes stuff and actually having knowledge rather than what we do is just talk. Hope it works out. Hope somebody corrects us if we're wrong. That's all super interesting. Yeah, like Azure is something I've heard about for sure, but I don't know about, right? That is such a that's computing on another level that I don't have to deal with. But this puts it into an interesting lens in terms of what we're actually talking about here and a company that can do it. I think the promise of Google getting into the mix, right, with Assassin's Creed and their project streaming was the idea that just Google has an endless pile of money back there and to throw at it. Whereas PlayStation, I do feel with Gaikai, right, buys something, tinkers with it, I don't know, and doesn't really push it that much. And that was what was exciting about Scarlett. It was the idea of like, okay, cool. I want to see competition in this space because that's going to make everybody try harder and actually get us to the future we're talking about.
Absolutely. And that's where I kind of feel a little mixed right there. Like just because you hear Google's jumping in on something, that's cool. Get excited, but don't get excited.
Google Plus still trucking away and awesome.
Google Plus is still awesome, man. Like, how's your Google Glass doing? You're using that still?
Hey, you know what? Google Glass is going to come back. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, gotcha. Time will tell on that one. And then, like, there was whole Google's doing fiber everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't hear talks about that anymore.
Yeah.
I know in certain areas they do it. It's fine. And I was hoping that would go better because I actually get these internet providers to actually have competition so they don't have such a monopoly on it. So I don't get stuck with the data cap.
Kevin Coelho from kindoffunny.com. You're Mr. Internet. What do you got to say?
Yeah, there was some news on why that stopped. It's because major internet providers were like fighting them.
Weren't they trying to use the same lines and shit like that?
So the thing is, the lines are owned by internet providers, but the land
it's all rigged.
That is used is like given by the government.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of controversy going back and forth whether other people could use that line, those lines, and it just became too much for Google to handle the back and forth.
And this is why I get excited about that happening to Google and everybody else being like, all right, fuck it, we're going to space. Let's just make Wi-Fi for everybody. You know what I mean? Let's get satellites. Let's launch satellites.
Above
just
the
going.
limits.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like Google always announces projects because they want people to get in on them. Microsoft doesn't announce a project until they seem they can carry it out.
Until they're super confident in it, right? Like they're going to be committed to it and out there to do stuff.
Yeah, because they know all eyes are going to be on them. And like again, Microsoft's making great moves. I'm a PC player, but the fact they're doing,
how's Excel going?
I'm sorry, Excel's great. I got all my stuff just in nice little columns. But I like that with Xbox Play Anywhere, I could play any Xbox first-party game on my PC when it releases, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And the way I treat Xbox as far as the console goals is kind of like when everybody brought out Steambox. What was it, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Like this is now the Xbox is Microsoft Steambox. You could play it there if you want to play it, but now you can play it on PC if you want to play it. And now they're trying to make it where you could play it streaming. And again, since it's Microsoft, I know they're going to put every effort, every bit of
technical know-how behind this thing.
Yes, and try to make it happen.
Right.
Like again, like
this is, I mean, another arrow in the quiver as I continue to talk about how this generation, Microsoft did not beat PlayStation, but they've quietly been putting in Game Pass, backwards compatibility, now streaming, all these things, play anywhere, right?
Yes.
Just quality of life things that like I think they don't get enough credit for because Xbox users take them for granted, PlayStation doesn't. But like when Poe and I were trying to platinum Overcooked 2 weekends ago, it was that thing of like, oh man, yeah, I gotta, whatever, just wash 100 dishes or throw away 100 things or whatever it was. And Poe's like, oh man, can you check that? And I'm like, not on PlayStation. On Xbox, I could open it right now on my achievements and it would show me the progress to all these achievements. Not on PlayStation, I can't do that.
Nope.
Oh, I was talking to Lucy James from GameSpot, right? And we were talking about, oh yeah, I was gonna play it at work, but she's like, my PlayStation save didn't sync. And I'm like, oh, you have to go in and tell. I'm like, it's not like Xbox. That is just smart.
Yeah.
Where I'm done, I make a save and it's like, oh, I'm gonna put it in the cloud for you right now. You don't have to tell me to do that.
Not only that, like if I go from the console and hop on the PC, my save's right there and just it's good to go.
I'm telling you, man, with all the first parties they have right now, the vision that Phil and team keeps talking about,
Yes.
whatever you want to define as next generation is with all the stuff that's happening and all these incremental changes, when they have their 2 years like PlayStation has had of like, hey, here are all our studios producing, it's going to be fucking game changing.
Same here right now. I'll be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm playing Spider-Man. It's cool.
Exactly. Paul writes into kindafunny.com/KFGD and says Microsoft just announced an Xbox streaming service today that will allow players to stream their games to other systems like your PC, phone, and tablet. I feel a bit uneasy about this move. I bought an Xbox One back in 2016 with the hopes of great exclusives and gameplay like when I got my 360. I have since seen this system gather dust waiting for its day in the sun. I already felt like my investment was a bad choice when they came out with the Xbox One X and Xbox One S models only a couple years after I bought my system. Now you're telling me I could have just waited and played these games on my PC instead? Overall, I'm disheartened and would like your opinion on the matter. Thanks, and keep up the good work, Paul. I hate when I forget their name, right? But you know what I mean? Right there. I hear you, Paul. In terms of the streaming solution, throw that out the window. That I don't think we're so far away from the streaming thing being the primary platform. Even when it launches, I'm sure it's going to be here's a few select titles we're launching this service with, similar to Google being like, we're just doing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Let's try that and go there. But this is always the risk we run of buying a out the door console, and you're talking about buying an original Xbox One X in 2016. Yeah, who knows how a thing is going to shake out, how a generation is going to go. That at launch, and granted, it's part of my career or whatever. At launch, bought the Xbox One S, bought the Xbox One, bought the PlayStation 4, knowing they'd be redesigned and knowing that I was gambling. Yeah, were there going to be enough Xbox exclusives to justify the purchase on the thing I just did? I don't know.
Not to mention all the accessories like PSVR. I knew what I was getting into with that.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel, and I mean, that's the thing is what's interesting, obviously, is like Xbox One didn't launch in 2016. That's when you bought your original Xbox One, which is fine, Paul. But it was I think there's more of an argument for being mad being day one adopter of Xbox One, right? Because with PlayStation VR, PlayStation did a great job for the year leading up to it of just like, hey, this is a fucking testy thing. We don't know what we're doing with it. Who knows? Like, you're not going to get great games right away, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Xbox was, hey, here's the Xbox One. It's our new next generation. Granted, they fucked up the messaging up until that point.
Hook everything to it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. TV. Connect. It's always the risk you run. And I think I understand it will be interesting, I feel, for the amount of Xbox players who feel burned by it. But I also think that they're still going to do a great job with compatibility, and I think that it's going to be all right, cool, like what you're talking about.
Yeah,
there's an Xbox One under your TV, and that's great. You can still play your games that way, and then when you're on the road, when you want to go to the other room, when you want to take a shit, you just fucking play it on your phone, on your tablet, do with something like that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 2,
best place to play anything
on the bathroom. In the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, you're undisturbed.
I guess that's true, yeah. But it's got to be short. It's got to be bursts, you know what I mean?
Oh,
you go in there with Luminous, you're an hour and a half later, you come out.
Move on.
Number 5! Is the PlayStation 5 going to be backwards compatible? This is from GearNuke, or Danial, Arshard Khan writes, Sony has registered a new patent that seems to be suggesting support of backwards compatibility for the PlayStation 5. The patent was filed privately before, probably as a placeholder, but updated on October 2nd, 2018. The patent, titled Remastering by Emulation, is registered to Sony Interactive Entertainment America, LLC, the parent company of the PlayStation brand. As summary of the patent, is as follows. I can't be right. Each asset, such as a texture called for by legacy software, such as a legacy computer game software, has a unique identifier associated with it. The unique identifier can be rendered by imposing a hash on the asset, and then the asset stored with its identifier in a data structure. An artist remasters the textures for presentation on a higher resolution display than envisioned in the original software and stores them back in the data structure with their identifiers. The original software is then played on a higher resolution display with asset parentheses such as texture and parentheses calls being intercepted, identified, and the data structure entered to retrieve the remastered asset having a matching identifier. The remastered asset is then inserted on the fly into the game presentation. It's so easy, Justin.
So easy.
Yeah, why did no one think of this? Sounds awfully like backwards compatibility, doesn't it? It also seems to suggest that Sony will be foregoing the remaster route as they went with the PlayStation 5. The Xbox One is held in high regard due to its massive support of Xbox and Xbox 360 games. With Sony going the same route for PlayStation 5, it'll only be beneficial for us gamers. I'd like to say no-brainer.
Yeah.
But then I remember in the lead-up, before we knew technical hurdles, I guess that's the thing, is it's a bit apples and oranges. But I remember in the run-up to PlayStation 4, when it was, Orbis and all this stuff, it was like, of course, all the PSN games you've ever bought on PS3 will be backwards compatible with this. It's all digital. And then PlayStation had to be like, well, actually, we made the PlayStation 3 way too complicated. You can't do that because we want to be, aggressive going forward. You'd hope that, yes, I feel with the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, we've moved to such a PC-like infrastructure, right? Where it will be, everything should be backwards compatible.
Emulation shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just mentioned, like PS3, I believe like the first couple models are like, it pretty much had a PS2 built inside it. Backwards compatible with PS2 games, PS1 games, and actually I think every PlayStation 4 is backwards compatible with PS1, be it digital or disc. Little fact that you learn when you're trying to sell them. So it's kind of weird that they just like, it seems like, oh man, we didn't even think about that for PS4. Nobody wants to play this game, so we played the new games. Which
I think they knew people wanted it. I think it's just that they knew they couldn't do it.
That like it wasn't cost effective.
Yeah, exactly, probably, yeah, to go through and try to, because you figure they fucked themselves with the cell processor on PS3 and that infrastructure. Yeah. So then now we have a new thing. It is a PC, because I remember that being Cerny's presentation, right, for the PlayStation 4, of just like, it's a high-powered PC. Yeah. Indie developers, please come work with us.
We don't have a cell processor in this one. It's
Exactly. You don't have so many hurdles to jump through.
So like it's getting to the point now, at least we're definitely seeing with like Unreal, where they can adjust their game, just turn some setting down. I mean, not that easy, but kind of.
It's not a slider scale, but it is the fact that we already have it where here's how it looks on Xbox One, here's how it looks on Xbox One S, here's how it looks on Xbox One X, right? And you have those scales of what you're getting and what you're not getting.
Yeah, and Microsoft's showing that emulation is possible, even though you think it's not.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, right? Again, with the ground Xbox is made up quietly, I would say. You know what I mean? In terms of like what they're getting ready to really promote when they go to the next one. Yeah. PlayStation has to have an answer for that.
Absolutely.
At the launch of next gen, it can't be, we're Xbox and we have all these services. And PlayStation be like, man, it's fucking PlayStation 5.
Especially when they come out so cocky in the PS3 era. It's like, oh, this is how you share a game.
Yeah.
Like they have to, you're getting so much crap about this. They just need to make that, upgrade in the gamer's life. Granted, like I don't know how you do, but myself, like I go back and play like a classic game, like that's cool for like 20 minutes or so, and then I go back to what's ever coming out soon.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, there's no time to go back. Old games are old, Kevin.
It's true.
Speaking of new games, number 3, Skybound is swooping in to save The Walking Dead. This is a statement from Skybound, of course. The company that puts out the Walking Dead comic books, it's Robert Kirkman's company, puts out all that stuff. Invincible, you know it. At New York Comic Con, Robert Kirkman confirmed that Skybound has taken ownership of Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season, and will finish the season. Skybound will work with members of the original Telltale team to finish the story in a way that fans deserve. Then Variety had that with a little bit more. Variety writes, Skybound Games will work with members of the original Telltale team to finish the story, though nothing has been finalized, a spokesperson told Variety. Skybound never used in-house developers on its games before. So a lot coming together here. Yeah. Obviously, this is breaking news. They've got it. They've, I assume, bought it or whatever they had to do. I mean, it's that weird thing of, you're using our IP, but you made it your own thing. We licensed it to you. Now we need to buy it back from you, you assume. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out in terms of how do you go get the developers? Where do you put them? Where, where are they going to be working out of? How is this going to happen?
Exactly. Like if you're trying to help the developers that were let go from, fired, just thrown out of Telltale, you got to establish that office here. And that will definitely give the goodwill to people, because a lot of people are like, great, they're doing it, but is it original writers? Is it original people working on it?
And who all's coming back? Who all's got another job? How's it going to go? Yeah.
And as far as them, it sounds for like a developer coming in, it sounds like it's probably going to be contracted out.
Yeah.
Which, for them, that'll be cool if like they're still looking for a job, something they could do while they're still looking for a job.
Exactly.
At least that's what I'm hoping it turns into.
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like this is in the shitty situation that for a while every turn got worse than last. This feels like the best case scenario of Skybound being like, we're here, we'll do it. We want as many back as we can. And that's the thing where it does suck if I was a writer and I was working on it and I got fired and I got another job, or I'm just angry and I don't want to come back. Yeah. Understandable to one extent. On the other, it's like, well, it's not Telltale anymore, but it's such an emotional roller coaster. And
that's just exactly what it is. You have no idea where this is going to go at the end of it. So it'll be interesting to see how this play out.
Yeah. We'll keep it tuned. I guess Robert Kirkman. I don't know. I know him. I should probably just reach out. Number 4, Assassin's Creed Odyssey has become the highest played in the series. This is according to GitHyp. Paul Curtin writes, last year's new adventure, Origins, became the biggest in the series at the time, debuting at number 10 on Steam's list of most played games with an impressive 41,000 concurrent players at its peak. And this year's follow-up, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, just shattered the franchise's previous player record, debuting at number 6 on Steam with a peak of 62,000 concurrent players on Sunday, a 33% increase when compared to last year. Thankfully, rather than repeating their previous mistakes of milking the franchise to death again until it annually releases, Ubisoft has wisely already announced that they'll be stepping away from the series in 2019. Just a heads up.
Just heads up.
You know what I mean? It's most successful, it's the highest played on Steam. That's a, little caveat. Yeah. But
I do love that game though.
Yeah, no, we have a bunch of Assassin's Creed Odyssey questions coming up. Kevin, how many hours in are you?
I'm not sure, but it must be like 60, and I'm just
no way.
It's a lot.
You think you're 60 hours in?
Dude, I told you I stayed up till 5 a.m. on Friday.
How do you not know? You're not making hard saves? You got to make manual saves.
No. I mean, actually, you know what? I barely shut it off. I just put my system to sleep.
Just dangerous.
And I come back and I just go back on.
Okay.
That's the old console days.
It's good stuff, man. My eyes burn. Woo!
What level are you?
21.
You're not 60 hours in that game. You
Are
can
you
kiss
sure?
my ass. I'm 40 hours in. I'm level 37.
But
34,
I'm not
34.
moving around the storyline. I'm just
doesn't matter. You still get to not get XP. You would just have to stand there and do nothing.
All right, I'll find out.
You better fucking find out, Kevin.
I'm putting in hours.
We got questions coming up. I want your input on.
I'm addicted.
It's great. I know. I do want to go home. Number 5, Epic launches support a creator for Fortnite. This is Matthew Handrahan at gamesindustry.biz. Epic Games is offering financial support to select Fortnite, YouTube, and Twitch streamers through a limited time support a creator event. From the next Fortnite update until December 31st, Fortnite players will be able to support their favorite creators by spending V-Bucks, the in-game currency. When a creator has been selected, they will receive some financial benefit from all the V-Bucks that a player spends within 14 days when a new creator can be selected. Selected creators will receive $5 for every 10,000 V-Bucks spent. At the time of writing, 10,000 V-Bucks could be purchased for $100 on the Microsoft Store, and both purchased and earned V-Bucks will contribute to the financial reward. Epic is currently inviting applications from communities large and small that make Fortnite content to sign up for the promotion. Among the minimum requirements for applicants are that the creator must have created some Fortnite content within the last 30 days and must have at least 1,000 followers on a single major social platform. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is. Anything that gives more money to the creators is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's an awesome way to pay it forward. Of like, oh, you stream Fortnite all the time.
You
like,
sell so many of our copies.
Exactly. If you can, when you're
download.
Skins, right, or V-Bucks. You're out there using something. Everybody wants to see what's going on. Sancho West is running around in this cool skin. I want to go support him. That's how it goes.
Not gonna lie, Fortnite never did a Game Pass before. I saw the dog in the backpack. Now I want it.
No, see, that's how they get Joey Noel. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to know how much money Joey spent on costumes, but I kind of do. Joey! She's coming. Don't worry. Shock mic up. Yeah. Get on the hot seat. Have you been listening to the show?
No.
What are you doing there?
Okay.
I'm working on the Kind of Funny website. And
That's
the calendar.
fine. Fortnite.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about the support a creator program. Did you see this?
Yes.
Who do you know in it?
Sancho West.
That's all I know too. Okay, so I want to make sure I was giving ample time to anybody else, but our friend Sancho West, Kind of Funny best friend, is in it. Go give him your V-Bucks. More importantly, how much money do you think you've spent on costumes?
Oh, I don't know.
Just give me a guess.
I would say at least $100 on V-Bucks.
That's not
Between
terrible.
the battle pass and skins and emotes and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Wait, how much
Maybe
you enjoy the games only fair.
125.
Yeah.
No more than $150. I don't like this question.
I was
don't
just
like
putting it out
thinking
there. I just
about
want to let you know.
I don't like it keeps moving up.
I guarantee it's more like $200.
No
You're
way.
rounding down big time.
No way.
Do yourself
Because
a favor.
I've
do not
only
look
ever
it up.
bought 2 skins.
Oh, you
Okay.
bought the dinosaur one.
I bought the dinosaur one and I bought the dark bomber one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I have a lot of emotes and a lot of cool pickaxes though. So
That's all that matters.
I will say
Okay.
that.
Well, as long as you enjoy the game, Joe.
I play all the time. It's fun.
Okay. Number 6, let's keep on the Fortnite train. Epic has bought an anti-cheating company. This is from Stefanie Fogel at, I didn't put that down. Kevin? Google's Stefanie Fogel, find out where. Fortnite developer Epic Games acquired game security and player services company Gooooo. It announced on Monday. It is Variety. I remember now that it was off a weird
Variety,
thing
yeah.
because I went there for the Skybound quote and saw this one there. Good job, Stefanie. Follow her at Stefanie Fogel. It's gone now, but I think it was at Stefanie Fogel. Yeah, okay. Founded in 2013, Gooooo is the creator of Easy Anti-Cheat, a service currently used by over 100 million PC players globally. The Helsinki-based team and its tools have been key to building a vibrant Fortnite multiplayer experience that's fair for all players, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney said in a press release. Building and launching games today is incredibly challenging and only half the battle, he said. Gooooo's tools for managing... you think I'm saying it right, Gooooo? I'm bad with words.
I am too, so there's no
I'll
help.
say Gooooo. Goomoo's tools for managing live games help developers grow and sustain their games successfully after launch. At Epic, we succeed when developers succeed. Fortnite is currently one of the most popular games around the world with over 125 million registered players. Naturally, this makes it a prime target for scammers and cheaters. Epic has taken a firm stance against cheating in the past, banning thousands of players and infamously filing a lawsuit against one 14-year-old for copyright infringement and breach of contract. Go get him, Epic.
Go get them. There's always that fun little...
This was one of the things that ruined PUBG, right? Was all the cheating and stuff. People
Pretty much
flipped out about it.
I have a group of friends that just won't play it anymore because like every time I play, there's a cheater.
So yeah, as you get bigger and bigger, you have to be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, and it's good that they're open about that and they're showing like, hey, there is a punishment. Like Rainbow Six Siege, they let you know they're punishing people, but like, it doesn't matter what game you're in, they like have it just display. It's like, oh, this person's been kicked for this person's been kicked for that, just to let you know it's happening.
Sure, yeah. Well, more will be getting kicked from Fortnite, apparently. And then number 7, the final story on the Roper Report. Friday the 13th, apparently, is a big PlayStation Plus success. This is from Wes over at Gun Media. Of course, you know I was a big Friday the 13th fan. It got quiet when the lawsuit happened. They weren't going to update anymore, started moving on to other projects. But then this month, October, it's a PlayStation Plus game. Over the weekend, Wes tweeted this. Yesterday, and that would be Saturday he's referring to, we got very, very close to launch week concurrence.
That's
So
awesome.
that just shows you how many people are out there, because that was when Friday the 13th servers were melting down.
Yeah.
Because no one expected the game to be popular, and that's what happened.
It shows what like a PS Plus could do for you, or Xbox Games with Gold if you're on that platform.
Exactly, right? Yeah, and that's the thing is if you have the right type of game
Yeah.
and you put it up there, people come running.
Definitely. Like, oh man, let me download this to see what it is. No harm to me because I already own the.
And it feels like, I mean, in terms of Friday the 13th, this is a perfect fit for them in
Yes.
terms of, hey, legally we can't add to the game anymore, so we can only support what's already out there. How do we make sure we make money off of what we have? Because that's not a great sales pitch.
No.
Get it into people's hands, make money off of them, and then be able to fund other projects.
Absolutely.
And so the idea of, okay, it's free. It's, people buying the game, that's got to have dropped off majorly since all this news happened, if they're paying attention. But to give it to free to everybody and then have them go buy counselor skins, get all these weird things, good for them.
Oh yeah, I expect them to kind of see this on the Xbox platform and probably do something on Steam as well.
Hey, Greg,
Yeah.
37 hours.
37 hours in.
37 hours.
30
And you're what? You're 20 something?
22, I think.
How?
22? I mean, I'm just doing every side mission. Just
Okay, I mean-
everything. I'm riding my boat everywhere.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not doing too much
That
fast.
takes some time.
Have you unlocked all the? You know what? Let me get
I've
to reader
unlocked
mail.
a lot.
Let me get to reader mail because there's a bunch of Assassin's Creed questions. All
So,
right.
yeah, 60 in exaggeration.
Instead, what I'm going to say, Justin, is, man, I can't wait to see what Gun Media is up to next and how Friday the 13th that's out and how many people play it and yada 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 yada. If I want to know what came to Mom and Grop shops today, where would I go?
You go to the official list of upcoming software across each and every platform is listed by the Constantly Funny Games daily show hosts each and every weekday.
Yeah. Out today. A surprise release. Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition is out today on Nintendo Switch. That news came bundled with the fact that I'm jumping into new dates. I'm sorry to do this to you. I hate
It's
to
fine.
switch up the show for you. New dates that Guacamelee 2 is coming to Switch in December. Worth pointing out, My wife is doing brand management on this. It's a pop agenda game. And number 2, it's fulfilling my wish of getting Guacamelee 2 onto the Nintendo Switch. I don't think that's why it happened. But man, I'll tell you what. We talked about it obviously with Alana on Friday's Games Daily of like somebody wrote in, why aren't you talking about this? It was more of a Vita game for me. I don't want to sit there on my PlayStation and play it. Switch is my new Vita. Ready to go. Get out there and do it.
Yeah.
Also, we're friends with the Drinkbox guys. They're awesome. Let's see how it goes. Back to out today. Bombing Busters is on Switch.
Good.
New dates for you. Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet Dissidents of the Nexus expansion and complete edition is launching January 18th, 2019 on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. The Overwatch Halloween Terror event returns October 9th through the 31st. And then Save Me, Mr. Taco comes October 30th to the Nintendo Switch and Steam.
You're really excited about that one? That's all caps.
Yeah, well, when I copy it straight from the press release, I just shove it in there. I don't know. I'm not gonna go fix it. If you see how, you see it's "Save me, Mr. Taco." Well, I scratched out their verbiage. What is it? "Save me, Mr. Taco."
Ink's October 30th.
October 30th release date. Nintendo Switch, TM, and Steam. Now, apparently, if you're watching, Steam not trademarked.
No.
So feel free to rip that off, apparently, but stay away from Switch. Anyways, time for reader mail, but first I'm going to tell you it's brought to you by Brooklinen. I sleep on Brooklinen sheets. You know this. I talk about it all the time because I love them. If you see a photo of Portillo in my sheets on a bed, it's usually my Brooklinen sheets. I love them. Why do I love them? They're comfortable. They were easy to order. They come in a bunch of different patterns. And again, as I've said before, and I'll say again, they make it so easy to mix and match online and see what you're choosing. You don't look like an idiot with mismatched sheets. That's a problem.
That is.
But I was able to see that, these navy sheets with the white comforter and navy dots, that's going to look good.
Yeah, before you even hit purchase.
Brooklinen Sheets were named the winner of the Best of Online Bedding category by Good Housekeeping. Brooklinen is the fastest growing bedding brand in the world with over 20,000 5-star reviews. They have a small business approach, from being run by a husband and wife to being involved in every step of the manufacturing process to a customer service team that cares so much they remember the customers by name. They have different colors and materials to choose from. Again, these are the best sheets, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on, and I love them very much. Brooklinen.com is giving an exclusive offer to you, my listener. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use promo code GAMES at brooklinen.com. Brooklinen is so sure you'll love your new sheets that they offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all of their sheets and comforters. The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use promo code GAMES at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code GAMES. Brooklinen. These really are the best sheets ever. Kevin, what the hell was going on over there?
Oh, sorry, I was laughing because I was looking at my stats at Assassin's Creed. My bad.
Well, how'd you get them?
You can go to Ubisoft Club.
Can you?
And everything's there.
Ooh-wee.
So
There's
you
something
should
new
do
every
that.
day.
You should check that out.
Ooh-wee.
Because I don't know if these are like high numbers or not.
Which part?
Like any of the Mercenaries defeated 44.
I still want to say that's a
I feel
high
like
number for your level.
Here, what, is it just on UB? Well, you got an app over there? What do you want?
No, just go to UB Club online.
Okay, hold on. This is becoming a UB Club ad now.
It's
UB Club.
club.ubisoft. But I mean, just you type it in, it'll pop out.
Oh my god, what do you want me to do?
And then you log in. I'm logged in through my PlayStation
Nice.
account.
Okay.
Right,
So
UB
it's just
Club.
hit
I'm
the
going
button.
into. I went to UB Club carrot. No, I went to Ubisoft carrot Club
Jesus
carrot home. Is that what you wanted me to do? Now I'm logging in. Hold on.
Not
Hold
as
on.
many sync points as I thought. I've only cleared 27%.
Get to work on that, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Usually that's what I do first. I clear them all out. But it's just so much fun to hit up with those.
Dude, the game is
It
so
is.
good, right? It is ridiculous. How far are you? What
but you know
ballpark?
what? You know what? Now I'm looking at it and that makes a lot of sense. How much region have I uncovered?
Yeah.
30%.
Okay.
Oh, so you're just hanging out where you are, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. About 9 hours in, I did Alexios. Realized,
Yeah, hell yeah.
let me see how Cassandra does. Started a game with her.
Oh wow.
Made a mistake.
Alright.
Also, I kind of want to see do your choices really matter? Some of them don't. Some of them do. So I'm trying to see that as well to get the full breadth of the game. But yeah, just time flies.
Oh my god, this is man, good job, UB Club.
Yeah.
This is like navel gazing on another level. For me, time played 37 hours.
Oh, whoa. We're the same amount of time played.
Total progression 57%.
I'm at 37%.
Regions discovered 43%.
I'm at 30%.
Reach high point synced 36%.
I'm at 27%.
Player level 34.
Where's your scene playing level?
I'm on the leaderboard when it went in there.
Nice.
Total assassinations 230.
267.
Damn, look at you. Oh, what was the one you were looking at? You were looking at Mercenaries?
Yeah, mercenaries killed.
Mercenaries defeated for me 43.
Oh, right there.
Very nice.
44.
Working your way up that chain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Now you're playing. You started as Alexio, and then you went back and started as Cassandra.
Yes.
And now you're playing as the one true god, Cassandra.
Pretty much. Like
Perfect.
I know the ending of the game is like we all get together on a ship and just find the mascara, and that's it.
Oh yeah, of course.
But like something about that game, like it's more digestible than Origins was, because like Origins is like this big, intimidating landmass where like Odyssey is just like small islands or smaller islands, or you feel like, oh, I haven't seen that corner, I can go up there. It's fine.
I want to involve some people and get this talking, because it's all going to come back. EJ wrote in to kindoffunny.com/KFGD and says, is it just me, or is the grind in single player games getting out of control? Parentheses, this doesn't include games published by Sony or Nintendo. Okay. AC Odyssey is out and the game appears to be a grind. The reason the grind exists is to push microtransactions. Shadow of War also did this. It appears companies are starting to make their single player games an intentional grind. Parentheses, main quest unlocks when you are level 17. However, following the story will only get you to level 10. So you have to grind for 7 levels to continue the story, but if you pay $2, you can advance right away, in parentheses. I fear this is going to be the future of the industry to replace loot boxes. Mark my words. Red Dead 2 will have a play-to-win/pay-to-level-up system in place. EJ, the ghost of games future. Woo! I added that part because that's how he's talking.
I
Like,
like it. It's good.
I've seen this, and here's the thing.
It's not new.
Well, yeah, it's not new, but it's also, and this, stick with me, I don't think a problem in Origins or Odyssey, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Like, everywhere I'm heading to the story, like, I feel like I'm already at that level. It's fine. And then if I'm not, like, it kind of encouraged me to look up, because there's like missions it tries to throw you that's on the side on the way, and I never felt out level yet in the time I've been playing for it.
I forget how long you say you've been playing.
9 hours on Alexios, or I said 8 hours. Yeah, kind of funny. You're wrong. And probably about 6 hours on Sandra.
See, last night, or I guess Saturday night was the first time where I did hit. All right, cool. Somebody gave me all right, cool. These are the next 2 things you need to do. And what the next big story thing was, I was 29, 28, and they're like, all right, the next story part is 32. And I was like, oh shit, okay. In my head, in the way, and that maybe I'm wrong and maybe you're right, and vice versa, maybe the truth is somewhere in between, which is more likely probably. For me, it is the fact that, cool, they put all these hours into this game. Like, part of the reason I love this game is all the side shit, and is the fact that I run in and I'll do a random side mission, and it's well acted, it's funny, it's interesting, and then holy shit, it loops back into the main story. Not like I'm doing something that then furthers this plot or puts it on my main quest. Yeah, but it does. Oh wow, you're really fleshing out why this group of people are so bad and why I need to be after them. It's not, hey, here's some shitty filler content. Hey, just go collect fucking gourds or something out of a garden. If it is that, it's going to be something funny and interesting on why you need to do
There's
that.
games where that happens where you couldn't pay to get progress on. But like with Ubisoft, I'm not worried about it. They've been doing this for a while, so they got that bounce there, and they know what's going to get. If it's going to be bad, it's going to be good. They have an idea. Places I'm worried about is like Capcom with Devil May Cry 5. That's just weird. Like, I know they added it into the 4 Special Edition, but 5 is just that this is in mind while they're developing the game. There I worry, but I'm not going to know until the game comes out, so I can't really cast a judgment on that.
Yeah. In this vein, 2 people wrote in. Cameron Kennedy wrote in to kindoffunny.com/KFGD and says, hey Greg, I've been playing through Assassin's Creed Odyssey and came across a mission titled Island of Misfortune where you must pay someone 15,000 of the game's currency. This is a story mission that is required to progress, and that is a large amount of money in the game, with the game allowing players to purchase an in-game currency through microtransactions, and this amount costing about 20 Canadian in real-world money, parentheses, as it is a sizable amount. I'm wondering what your opinion is on this. There's no real gameplay to this. The player isn't going to do anything that doesn't have a choice if they wish to progress. Does this feel like a lazy attempt at forcing a player to grind up or pay up? Thanks for your time, Cameron Kennedy. Was it 15,000 or was it 1,500? Anybody know? He says 15,000. It probably was. My reaction I did that quest over the weekend. Got there. She wanted 15,000. I looked at my thing. I'm like, I don't have that much. Fucked off.
15,000?
Huh?
You don't have 15,000?
I do now. Now I have like endless amounts of money. Yeah, like now I'm like 60,000, 70,000, something like that. But this is my point: is that when you got there, I was like, oh shit, I don't have that. Maybe I just leveled stuff up or put engravings on or whatever. Yeah. But it was like, I didn't look at that as like, we're coming into your pocketbook. We're trying to grind it out. Yeah. It was just like, they need this amount of money, this character. Obviously, this is, not every quest should be, oh cool, I immediately can do that. Like, right?
And like through Well, at least Assassin's Creed I've played so far, like money hasn't been a concern of mine, so I know how to make money.
Yeah.
Like just start selling your armor, start selling everything you've got.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. There's that. And then it's like on top of that, the mission you're talking about, Cameron, right, was coupled with, hey, this is an expensive island. You're going to need money. Here are whatever it is, like 3 or 4 missions. Go down to the shipyard and talk to these people. There were a whole bunch of ways to go out and get it real quick to grind out. It felt like to get a bunch of money.
And it only seems just worries people when like it's a game that has microtransactions built in. I mean, you play a game like any traditional RPG or a Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
There's points where you have to sit there and grind before you can get to the next
100%.
part. And it's always been like that.
Yeah.
It's just now, I guess it's that evil part of like, oh, you can pay money.
And I understand the slippery slope of it. And again, I can only give you my perspective on it. You might have a completely different perspective of, no, I am grinding. I hate this. I just want to do the story. I understand that. And I feel like this is one of the real, when people come in, they're like, oh man, it's no longer Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get that to an extent. I understand. If that's what you're talking about here, I get that. I just love this game way more than I ever loved the other Assassin's Creed.
Agree.
Like this is my favorite Assassin's Creed of all time for sure. And it is, so many people I think wrote in, or I've seen Twitter comments, or I was looking on Reset Era, right? Talking about the fact of, oh, it's Skyrim in a different perspective and it runs well. And it's like,
exactly.
That's a really good way of doing it. Of like, yeah, I'm running into side quests where I'm like, this is awesome. And there's a bandit camp to go here. And and it is like what you're talking about, or what Kevin was talking about, where, all right, cool. You know, I found that the split Saturday night of like, here's the main question, you're not level enough, and then there's the other part.
Yeah.
The other part got lost in my like side mission area, like my non-Odyssey journal. And so I was like, oh, I guess I don't have it or something, blah, blah. And then ran into it last night. And I was like, oh man, I fucked up. I could have probably advanced the story further and done stuff, but I'm going to do that right now. And right now became 3 hours later because it was, well, there's one, I'm going to sink that point. Oh, well, there's a bandit camp. Oh, well, oh man, this side mission's interesting. Blah, blah, blah,
What's
blah,
that
blah.
question mark? Like it just, I don't know. Assassin's Creed feels so natural. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And like a big part of, something we talked about on the GameSpot stream with Lana, I know a lot of people watched. Thank you. Sean from Maple Grove, Minnesota, home of a Pradillas, writes in and says, my question is a follow-up on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, specifically for Greg. I've seen continued discussion over the permanent XP boost in the game, and I want to know your/Greg's take on it and what your thoughts are on the progression system in the game. I love Assassin's Creed Origins, and I'm looking forward to this. Without this news, I probably would have played the game without thinking twice about this XP boost, but now I'm curious as to how it impacts the game. Did you get this XP boost?
No, I didn't even bother with it.
Okay. Kevin, are you playing with this XP boost?
I'm not, but like it seems like that'd make life a lot easier. Yeah.
Well, now here's my question. I am playing with the XP boost.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like literally when Chris's article went up from Polygon. Anyone? Yeah. On Friday, and I read it. I was like, well, I fucking got to get this thing. Where his thing was like, oh, their best feature is behind a $10 paywall. Excuse me. Sorry. That the $10 didn't excite me, and again, for disclosure, I just got it for free. I just reached out and was like, "Hey, can I do this?" And like, "Yeah, sure." For me, I feel I'm trying to get through the game as fast as possible because I feel Red Dead right behind me.
Same.
Where the gun up again, and I'm like, "Fuck!" Same
thing there for Tomb Raider. I felt like Assassin's Creed right behind that. So
I played a week of it, I guess, before I knew, or before that was even available, or whatever you want to call it. Before I knew about it, before I saw the article from Chris, and so like. When I was playing it, I was like, oh man, yeah, like I don't level up I don't get the ding as fast as I do in some games or whatever. But at no point did I feel like, man, I hate this experience, man. I wasn't running into like what we're talking about. Like last night, I feel like it scales right in terms of difficult or levels and stuff.
I think it does, yeah.
So when I was playing the slower leveling up way, I never ran into, hey, you're not leveling up fast enough. This was just a thing of like, oh, cool, well. Yeah, I'd rather crank through this because I love this game, but I know as soon as Red Dead gets here, I have to stop playing this game and move on to Red Dead. And now
that becomes my life.
Kevin,
Yo.
you said that would make your life easier. Do you feel like your life's hard? Are you running into things where it's like, oh, I can't go do that, I can't go do this?
No, but it's just one of those things where like, if you could level up faster, why
not?
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But like, I am enjoying the game, and even right now, having this conversation, I'm not thinking, well, I should hit up Greg to hit those people up.
Oh yeah, like I'm screwed or whatever. No, it's just like whatever.
I'm still having fun. I am worried about Red Dead, but I have a feeling that with the the way I'm playing, I think I'll be able to beat it beforehand.
Yeah. It's different strokes for everybody. I saw Jim Sterling totally against everything that was happening here. I've seen people in the industry, Jackie Collins, talking about that she loved Origins and Odyssey just doesn't work for her.
Okay.
Odyssey works for me, and it seems like the overwhelming majority of people who are playing it and tweeting me about it or writing in about it are digging it and feeling the vibe. But for me, I'm having just a blast. I love this fucking game. I'm sick today. I can't wait to go home and lay on the couch and play more of it. And
so close to it. You know?
I know, right? You know, it's 54 minutes into the show. We're almost there. You know what I mean?
I'm
It's
so
so
excited.
At any
away
point,
from
we
me,
just
though.
pull the fucking trigger and be done with it. It's going to be interesting. I'm having a blast with it. Write in, of course. Tell me your perspective on the XP. And I no offense to everybody. I don't want this to be a Arkham Knight season pass situation.
Oh, yeah.
Are you playing the game and are you offended by the permanent XP boost? Are you being locked out of content? I mean, to a rational level, right? Whereas, like, I opened the arena last night. I was like, oh, fuck, I got there. Great. And then it was like, oh, yeah, I can only fight the first 2 or 3 guys. There's, more up there. There's level 50 guy. I wasn't like, fucking nickel and diming me. I was like, all right, I'll be back here in a little bit. Let's see. Oh, well, you know what? It's all just Assassin's Creed questions. Final question goes to Andrew. Andrew writes in and says, what's up, KFGD? Question for people playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. How have you been enjoying the dialogue options in Assassin's Creed Odyssey? At first, I thought the introduction was kind of gimmicky, but now I'm 41 hours in and I'm loving every time I get the chance to make a huge choice. I failed a few quests early on because of my own mistakes, but now I'm doing a hard manual save before every big quest and side quest to avoid that. How do you feel when games make such major changes like this so late in the franchise? Do you feel it's well done here? Love all you do. Pet that chicken tenderly. Where are you coming down on these dialogue options?
I'm mixed on them because some of them seem like they matter, some say they don't. I was playing through it twice. Like there's some areas, like you mentioned, there's a certain part where you mentioned, oh, I got to go after this character, or I got to go after this character, and the guy says, well, I'm just going to send you to kill that person anyways. It doesn't matter which dialogue choice you do. But there's other ones like that can affect an island, which I haven't seen ramifications of that on my second playthrough yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are certain ones that do change what you do, and I always love those type of decisions. There's a reason to come back to it.
I like the fact that from my own experience, right, with 36 hours or whatever it is in the game, I don't know what choice is going to actually have a ramification.
Yeah, well, yeah, like the one I mentioned with the island, not to get into spoilers, granted it's very early, it's like it wasn't, it seemed like a black and white choice, but it's actually gray on both sides.
Sure.
Yep.
You're talking about, you say Ireland? Is that right?
No,
Oh,
Island.
the
Just
island. I know the exact choice you're talking about then. We were talking about that
Yeah,
choice,
we
right?
made opposite choices.
And I love that. And I love the fact that you don't really know. I've done it a few times in conversation. Like, there's quests where the guy was like, hey, deliver this thing to this guy. And I was like, all right, no problem, man. And like 10 hours later, I ran into that guy. I was like, oh, here's this thing for it. And he's like, oh, thank you. Who gave it? Who sent it? And I was like, the names popped up and I was like, oh, it's that guy. And then as I hit it, I was like, wait, didn't he tell me not to say his name? Like, fuck, you know what I mean? And so
I love those choices as long as they're not giving you an illusion of a choice, like it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still happening too of like, you talking about failing quests. I'm not hard saving and being worried about that. I'm living with it. I know there's multiple endings to the game, so I'm excited to get there and then be like, actually, you never did this, that, you weren't playing the way you thought you were playing, kind of thing. But there was a great one last night of, I was running and there was a woman over there with a quest and I ran over. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? And she's like, you're a fucking murderer. You killed this guy I love. Da 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 da. And I was like, holy shit, man. And it ended and it was just like, quest failed. I was like, oh, yeah, I killed that guy a long time ago. Fuck me, I guess. Yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? And there are those, are you going to let this person live? Or are you not going to let them live?
Yeah.
Are you going to be rude to this person, which would lead them to do this? Or are you going to be nice to them and help them this way? And like, there was an awesome fucking side quest last night. No spoilers. Where I was helping this dude, and it was like, you get to the end, and he's kind of a dirtbag, not a dirtbag, but he's kind of just like a fucking spineless ass. And so then he helped you a little bit, and so he got to the end, and it was that thing of like, do I take the glory? Do I share the glory? I was like, gave him the glory, and his wife was happy with him again. It was like, I could totally see me being like, oh, this guy fucking sucks, and her being like, fuck you, and I'm like, oh, geez, final straw. It's cool. I like that. Game's killing it, Kevin.
I'm loving it.
You want to go home and play?
Yeah, so badly.
Then let's squad up. Right now, Tim from New Zealand is writing in. He needs help on all Fortnites. His Epic account name is RippedGamers. If you're not familiar, by the way, squad ups when you write into kindafunny.com/KFGD. Give me your name, username, platform of choice, and why you need help with a video game. I read it here. The best friends come and find you. Like I said, Ripped Gamers need help. Ripped Gamer says, what's up, Greg and Justin? I'm all in on Fortnite Season 6, but my friends just aren't on the hype train. I'm looking for some best friends to squad up with. I play on PC, parentheses, sorry, Greg, but I'm keen to get some cross-play going. Let's find some llamas, y'all. Thanks for all you guys do. Love from New Zealand, heart. If you want to play Fortnite with Tim from New Zealand, hit up Ripped Gamers. All one word. Justin?
Yes.
We ask people watching live on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames to go to kindafunny.com/you're wrong and tell us what we screw up as we screw it up so we can set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindafunny and listening stupid sickness on podcast services around the globe. We did real well today, brother.
Good.
Less than 10 here, and some of these will just be bullshit as always.
I'll take that.
Oh, I nailed it.
Wait for the guest one.
Capitalist Pig confirms Kareem is corporate vice president, so that's not even a wrong. Wow.
Tried.
Nintendo says it's both Resident Evil 7 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey that are streamable on Switch in Japan. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is streamable on Switch in Japan?
I think they announced it.
Holy shit, I missed that.
So
I was on vacation.
That's
pretty
crazy.
cool. That's awesome. Squires, I was using hyperbole, but I'll read it anyways. You may have been using hyperbole, but Wi-Fi doesn't come from satellites. It comes from hotspots, like cell towers, and you're right. Yeah, I know. But as we move on, we'll get there. No, for some reason. Kebab says the PS4 is not backwards compatible with PS1 games. The PS3 and PS2 hold that title. You sold people wrong on a lot of shit.
No. I thought it said PS3 was backwards compatible. On
I think you did say PlayStation 4 at one point, and I was like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
wrong again. I don't
Slip
need to
of
get
the
there.
You got
Itchy
me.
Crutch says, not sure if this would fit into new dates, but EA announced 3 new games coming to the Vault on Xbox One throughout October. Today, they are Fight Night Champions, Burnout Paradise Remastered, and Army of Two. Thank you. Good job, Itchy Crunch. Oh, interesting. Capitalist Pig says, Island of Misfortune cost. The cost that is charged to get past this point is $15,000, but it can be bumped higher, $17,000, if you pick the wrong options.
Ooh.
Again, I don't think that, I could be wrong. I don't think that's them nickel and diming trying to get your money as much as it's just like, yeah, play our game. We fucking made this whole world for you.
Choices matter.
And then, Zaire says, new date, Friday the 13th, Killer Puzzle is coming to Switch.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's been Kind of Funny Games Daily. If you didn't know, each and every weekday on a variety of platforms, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, be part of the show, kindoffunny.com/KFGD with questions, comments, concerns, bad PSN names, and everything else under the video game sun. Then watch us record it live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. Watch it later on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. And listen on podcast services around the globe. God, good job. You're doing great, Justin. Tomorrow, this is the week of hosts for you. Tuesday, it's going to be Josh from Constantly Calibrating. What up, Josh? Hey. Wednesday, Gary Witta. Thursday, Jared Petty. Friday, GameSpot's Lucy James. They're all with me. I'm batting the entire rotation this week. Try to stop me, sickness.
Not going to work.
Justin,
Please don't
Yes.
tempt it.
before you go,
Yeah.
what do you want to pimp? You did great. Great job today. I know you're nervous. You killed it, as always. As I expect.
you.
I expect no less from the Constantly Calibrating crew. Casting for 2, though. Oof.
Oh, God. Audible. You can find me at Justin_Glorious. I feel Nick's pain in that. Someone's just squatting on it. Used to be the Agent Gamer with an E. That was
a dumb name. That was a dumb name.
That was a dumb name.
That was a really bad name.
Admit it. Fully there. And of course, any Constantly Calibrating stuff, just look up at ConCalPod. That's YouTube, Mixer, and Twitter. And actually, just type in Constantly Calibrating on Google. You'll find us.
Awesome. Well, dude, you killed it. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me, man.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's been our pleasure to serve you.